Hi there, this is Anders from the band Sorcerer. Today I'm gonna cook for you on the show Brutally Delicious. Alright? I'm gonna cook a dish that is based on the fish salmon. And some potatoes with it, and I'm gonna show you later how it looks. I'm not really a cook. When I got this question, I have like 7 or 8 pretty good dishes, but this one is something that I really like, so I hope you enjoy it. So we got a fresh piece of salmon here. We got pesto, we got red pesto, we got green pesto. We got some feta cheese and some flaky salt, and also something that we call lemon, I translated lemon pepper. I don't know if you got it in abroad or what you call it, but that's good. It's like a soury, peppery thing. Tastes good with the fish. And then to this, I'm gonna also cook a sauce. It's based upon sour cream or creme fraiche, as we call it here. Some lemon juice, fresh pressed. Some red roe, doesn't matter what kind, just looks good when it's red. Some red onion, mayonnaise, and some dill. Okay? So far so good. And to this we're gonna have potatoes, and I'm not just gonna cook them. I'm gonna press them in a thingy. You'll see later. Okay, here we go. So we start by cooking the potatoes, and before we do that, we have to peel them. It's very interesting. So I'm gonna start doing like this. I peel them through, and then I'm gonna cleave them in half with my knife, because the presser or the thingy I'm gonna use later, it's easier to squash it. So just put them in half and put them in a bowl of water, so they don't get, yellow or anything bad. So I was talking about my food experience from before, but I'm not really a cook. I enjoy food too much sometimes, but it's nice, to cook. I usually cook for me and my girlfriend and my boys when they're here. So that's what I'm doing. So you peel one off and then you slice it in half. That's enough. And I use a potato, the kind that are powdery. I don't know what you call it. It's like it's not hardened. It's more soft, which means that when it's cooked, it falls apart easier, and that makes the potato, mashed potato I'm gonna do later, much more nicer. Okay. So I'm back here. I peeled all the potatoes. I put them on the stove. Don't have to show you how you cook your potatoes. You need to put the oven on 175 degrees. I don't know Fahrenheit or whatever you use, but 175 centigrades. So that's on too. And now we're gonna go into the cooking of the dish. So I have a form like this, where I dress it in some olive oil, just so the fish don't stick to the bottom really. And take this nice piece of fish, you put it in there like that, and the first thing you want to do is put some salt upon it. Okay, so you have this flaky kind of salt, which is really good. You crush it some, and then you spread it all over the fish like so. Can be rich, doesn't matter, it's gonna taste awesome anyhow. Okay, so when you're done with the salt, we put some of this lemon pepper on it. It's looks like this. Okay, so you put that on just to get some spice into the fish itself. Not much, because we're gonna top it off with some green pesto. Oops. and some red pesto. Okay. Okay, so I take the green pesto, I pour it on 1/2 of the fish. Pretty much it's good. So almost the whole can of this, and spread it out with a spatula or something. Doesn't matter, it needs to cover all the fish on the half of the fish. Okay, something like that. And then you take the red pesto and you do the same thing. Spread it out somehow and use the rest of the red, almost everything goes. And then this also gives, you know, funny look to it. I don't know, but they taste differently, the pestos. So that's why I use different ones. I also gonna put some Tabasco on this side because it makes the whole dish a little bit more exciting. All right. So I use some Tabasco to get the spiciness up. I like it. It's up to you really, but some drops of Tabasco on it gives it a little more kick. Gets you in the realm of doom really. So yeah. And then to top this off, we're gonna use some goat cheese called feta from Greece. So we got Nordic salmon, we got Italian pesto, and we got Greek cheese. There's no order at all. Anyhow, so you take this out and break a part of it, and then you just squish it with your hands, spread it all out on the fish on top of it, and when we put this in the oven, it's gonna melt and it's gonna be beautiful. All right, I think that's quite enough. That's up to you. I mean, you can go crazy, go doomy with the cheese, but I think that's enough for this piece of fish. Okay, so when I come back, we're gonna check out how to make the sauce. So now when the salmon is all done, we need to put this in the oven. It's gonna be in 175 degrees in approximately 20 minutes. But the good sign is when you see the cheese melting and it's getting brownish, you know, it's gonna cook and it's gonna be really, if you get a thicker salmon like I have, you need to check it with a fork or something, but it's gonna be tasty. So now all the potatoes are cooked and they are like, yeah, you see the kind, they're pretty loose potatoes. And I use one of these mashing machines, I don't know what you call them, but pretty nice, and you got some kind of, you know, mesh in the bottom there that the potato goes through. So just put the potato in here like this. You can fill it up to the top like that. Pull down and then just squeeze it out. You get these nice fluffy mashed potatoes, really nice. And then you return and you do the same procedure until you're done. I'm back. Okay, so now we're gonna do the red onion. We're gonna chop it up in small pieces for the sauce. So I just cut away the ends of it, put that away. I don't know how to do this really. My son is studying to be a chef, so he's probably better on this than me. Anyhow, this is how I do it usually. So I put it in half and then try to make as small pieces as possible. Whoops. Chop it up like this. I think one half or even less red onion is enough. So small pieces, I put them in this nice little basket for so long. And yeah, that's it with the onion. Hi, it's Anders again. So for the sauce, we're gonna use like sour cream or creme fraiche. I don't know if you have it everywhere, but sour cream is probably okay. You need, for this recipe, about 2 deciliters. I don't know how much you count that in America, but you have to check it out, look it up in that case. Okay, so all of it goes down in this bowl. And don't use those light products, because otherwise you get the wrong feel of it. So you use the full, this is like 34% fat, so it's the good stuff. Okay, and after this, it's time for the the red roe, and I'm trying to get it open. I succeeded. Powerful man, succeeded with doing that. Okay, so I think half of this can is enough. So we just put down half of this can into the sour cream. Okay, so you need some mayonnaise into this, like a tablespoon of mayonnaise. And then when you're done, you mix this up. And I use just a spatula or something, doesn't matter what, just mix it up like this. Nice texture. And we need some red onions. Put the whole thing in there. I like red onions, but you can do as you please. This is just an addition that I like, so you don't really need it, but I think it's nice. And stir that right in. And then we have, going back to this lemon pepper, we spice it up a little bit, not too much. And we're also going to use some pressed lemon, fresh squeezed lemon. So a couple of squirts like that. And then we'll see what happens. Yeah, it looks like this now. So it looks really good. To top it off, we have some fresh dill. I'm just gonna take a pair of scissors and cut it into it, and then mix that up too. Okay, so I managed to get some of the lemon juice into the actual bowl. The rest came on the table. Anyhow, so I mixed this up now. It's got a nice soury connecting with the saltiness of the roux, which makes it really nice. And to top it off, we need some fresh dill. So I'm just gonna grab a bunch, and then I use a pair of scissors, and I just cut it down like this into the sauce. So also, I mean, it's up to you how much you like, but for me, it don't have to, take over. I don't like it to take over the taste. So this is nice, I think. And then you just stir that up. And now when you've done this, you need to this needs to rest in the cooler for like 10-15 minutes before you eat it. So yeah, this is it. Hi there, I'm back. Okay, so to top this off, we need something to drink, right? So I like a bottle of white wine, not the whole bottle, but I like some white wine with the food. So I'm using Sauvignon Blanc, just about $10, nothing fancy or anything, but it gives a nice touch to the food, and also an award for the chef after finishing the job. So I say good luck to you, and please check out Brutally Delicious and Sorcerer. Will be in the US, will be in Europe next year, a new album too. Rock on. Okay, cheers friends, and the dish is done. It looks like something like this. So enjoy. Cheers. Brutally Delicious!